Hi, this is Michael Buckoff from BetterTOEFLScores.com. Today, I want to talk about comma splices, run-ons, and fragments, 3 TOEFL iBT grammar errors you do not want to make. Good basic sentence structure requires that you use appropriate punctuation, have clear sentence boundaries, and write complete ideas. Therefore, when you're completing your independent and integrated writing tasks, you need to avoid comma splices, run-ons, and fragments, all of which are common sentence structure errors in both writing for native and non-native speakers of English. Now, the TOEFL iBT human raters, they're going to grade your essay partly based on your grammar usage. So if you use only basic grammar accurately, you won't get a high score. If you use advanced grammar with some errors, you will also not receive the highest possible score. Therefore, you need to have good control of this grammar if you want to score higher on TOEFL iBT writing. Now, having problems in this area are pretty common for even native speakers and especially common for non-native speakers. Why is this? A lack of experience writing and getting feedback from ESL and EFL specialists, and maybe differences in the sentence structure between other languages and English. This can cause English learners to have trouble with this type of grammar. Now, you want to improve, obviously, so you got to do 3 things here. You need to understand what the errors are, you need to understand how you can correct them, and also know where you can go to get further practice with comma splices, run-ons, and fragments. A comma splice is when you join 2 independent clauses together with a comma. Okay, let's take a look at an example here. Here's an example of a comma splice. Jake is washing his car. Notice the comma. And then it says he is getting ready for a long vacation. So the writer took 2 different independent clauses. I can recognize them by Jake and is washing and he is getting. So you have 2 subjects and 2 verbs joined by a comma. Stop. Do not do this on the TOEFL test. Trust me. Okay, let's keep going. Let's take a look at a revision. It's always important to not just know what the error is, but how to revise it. So take a look at this. Jake is washing his car because he is getting ready for a long vacation. So it looks like the writer has used the word because, a subordinating conjunction, to connect these 2 different clauses together, and that works. How about this? What if you want to not use any connector at all? What if you just simply use the semicolon right there, and you simply say Jake is washing his car, he is getting ready for a long vacation. Now, here's a tip for you. A lot of people misunderstand the semicolon. The semicolon, its purpose, pay attention, its purpose is to join together 2 closely related independent clauses. All right, let's move on. Here's another one. You could say this. This is another revision. Jake is washing his car. You could put the period here. Then you can say he's getting ready for a long vacation. Now, I got to warn you, though, if you use simple sentence like this, Jake is washing, he is getting, and you write that way a lot, that does not demonstrate advanced grammar skills. It is possible you could score lower there, so it's not always good to use short, simple sentence type writing style. All right, let's go on to the next idea. A run-on is when you combine 2 independent clauses together with no punctuation. This is also a big problem. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Take a look at an example. Here's a run-on. Sociology is a study of social groups. It teaches students about human nature. I mean, you can take a look at this. Look at that. Here, this is the problem. You have your subject, sociology, and then you have your verb there. But you also have it, a pronoun, functioning as a subject and then teaches as a verb, but there's no punctuation. That's a run-on. Stop. Don't do this on the TOEFL test. Trust me. Please. Okay, let's go to the next one. How do we revise it? Take a look. Sociology is a study of social groups, period. It teaches students about human nature. So now what we've done is we've created 2 separate sentences. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Now remember here, I'm showing you possible revisions. There's thousands of ways of rewriting sentences in English grammar. That's the beauty of the grammar. Your language does the same thing, in the sense that you can rewrite things an almost infinite number of ways. Fragment. You have an incomplete idea, typically a dependent clause as its own sentence. This is not good either. Let's take a look at an example here. Okay, how about this? It's got fragment. Fighting against violence can be accomplished if the government spends enough money in educating the public. Okay, we've got a big problem here. Check it out. If the government spends enough money in educating the public, this is not a complete idea. This is a dependent clause. It needs to be attached to the previous idea. So what do? Check it out. Revised. Fighting against violence can be accomplished if the government spends enough money in educating the public. There you go. Now, it's probably a good idea. I don't know if you can't take it all in the first time. I can't make my videos last forever, but you may want to watch it again, even write down some of these sample sentences and see if you can correct them yourself. Here's my tip. I told you I would say what these errors are, how to revise them, and where you can go to get more practice on this. And obviously, I would like you to go to my blog, www.bettertoeflscores.com, and subscribe to my TOEFL iBT newsletter. And I think that I can give you some pretty good tips each month to help improve your area, your grammar in this and other areas, so that you can be the best writer you can possibly be for the TOEFL. Good luck to you.